The first car that I kind of remember going to the races and remembering the truck was 1977. That was the first year I drove for Porsche, and we're driving a 9. It was my first time at Le Mans, but that car went to the racetrack in that truck. When that transporter would arrive at a racetrack, that struck the fear of God in the other teams' hearts, because they knew Porsche was here. That truck was kind of the iconic branding of Porsche, that inside that truck was some, wickedly fast race cars that would be taken out and put on the.
Well, our transporter is a 1968 Mercedes. They produced 2 of them. Mercedes delivered them to them with a basic drivetrain and like the front of the bus where the dash would be, or the nose. And then I believe it was a Robert Schenck company, that Stuttgart-based company, that built the transporters and built them to spec for Porsche, especially to haul their up into the 80s.
Those things are pretty rare, and there's only, I think 2 in existence. We have one, and then the Porsche factory has one, I think. So it's pretty cool, and it's a really interesting tie-in when a racing team like Brumos and a dealership like Brumos Porsche can have a transport truck like that, because it's cool to have that.
The Brumos collection acquired it in 2003, and it's lived in our collection ever since. We've been fortunate to take it to all of the Rennsports that's been held so far. We like to drive it. It's a running vehicle, and we take it out and drive it around a bit. The bus is actually a dream to drive. It's a 6-cylinder. There's a lot of, you may call them now archaic stuff, but it's an older bus, but it's got the old mechanical power takeoff, so to use the tailgate, it's quite an experience, but it's German engineering at its best, the way the tailgate works, but after all these years, it still functions very well. But that bus is so special and come from the factory, and have had so many of their iconic race cars hauled in that. Championship after championship. I don't know where they hauled the trophy home, but it could have been in the front seat or in the sleeper of that bus. And if it did, it hauled a lot of them home. We started that when we took it to Lime Rock for the first Rennsport, and a lot of the old drivers came, and so we decided, and it was Mr. Snodgrass's ideal, to have these guys sign the door. We have a picture that was hanging on the door that showed it, and it's originally the 2 of them together in their original livery, and then it showed the Gulf and the Martini Rossi, and then the 2 together in the Rothmans. Well, it was the bus, and we always called it the bus, or the Mercedes Transporter. Mr. Snodgrass had nicknames for everything and everybody, and I'm not going to tell you mine. But that bus got its name Buster, and it just kind of stuck. If you didn't know its history or couldn't appreciate what it was, you would probably think, well, that bus just takes up too much room. And obviously, when you have a collection, I remember when we first opened this place, we stood around and went, we'll never fill this up. And now we're always looking for a place to put something. It really blows people away when they come in here and they see the cars and some of them that are hanging on the wall, but the bus really is a jaw dropper. It's just a very special vehicle to only be two of them, and the Porsche factory, I've heard that they're very proud that we have it in our collection, and you know, it kind of goes along with the special cars like the Helmut Bots 959. It's just, it can't be duplicated.